Book 101 review. Book 101 is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. He's an author, podcast host, speaker, stocks and option trader, real estate investor, and of course, founder of RockwellTrading.com. No other than Mr. Markus Heitkoetter.
Right, fantastic. Thank you so much for having me here, Daniel.
W-
Really appreciate it.
welcome, Mr. Marcus. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I miss?
Hey, just very briefly, a quick introduction because this is not about me. This is about books. So, just very briefly, originally, I am from Germany. I grew up in Germany, did the traditional thing, going to high school, get good grades, going to college, and start working for a reputable company. For me, that was IBM back in the days. After a
Mm,
few years of working for IBM, I got burned out from the corporate life, from working 50, 60 hours per week. And I decided that I wanted to do something different. A book that really influenced my life was Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad, where he talks about the four quadrants. And I realized I don't want to work for anybody else. I want to have money working hard for me. That's why in 2002, I decided to leave Germany, to leave my job at IBM, move to the US to become a trader and investor. I started with $20,000, and at first it didn't go well. But these days, I'm trading a multi-million dollar portfolio, and I'm just loving it because this is where Warren Buffett is one of my heroes. And Warren Buffett says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So this was the quest I'm on. And today, I would like to take you on a journey, if that's okay, and talk about different books that have influenced me, that have influenced my trading and investing style. And yeah, just talk
in
about how my journey went.
Indeed, let's talk about it, Mr. Marcus, and thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. Thank you. So the main topic what we're gonna talk about that we're gonna relate to your books that influence you, trading without the stress, how to profit consistently without watching screens all day. So tell us, let's start with the core paradox. How can a trader be deeply committed to the results without being emotionally attached to each
All right.
individual trade?
I I did bring a few books. Is it possible to show me a little
Yes,
bit
go
bigger
ahead.
screen and maybe
Yes.
get rid of the website for a moment? There we go. Fantastic. So the first one of the first books that I read was this. It is a book in German. I don't know if you can see it. I see you right now. So I don't know if I lost you for a second.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead,
Okay.
mister.
So I can see myself right now, but there we go. Okay. So this is called The Zen of the First Million. I want to see if I can hold the book that you can read the title. So
Yes,
this
I make
is
it
where,
bigger.
yeah, that's where the premise was in the beginning of the book. Hey, listen, if you can start with a small account and then you double it and you double it again and you double it again, right? Then within a few years, you can turn $1,000 into $1 million. Wow, I thought this is amazing. So all I need to focus on is how to double my money. That should be easy. That can't be that difficult. Well, guess what? It was. So I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning. One of the biggest mistakes that I made is that I started looking for stocks that would just jump tenfold, right? I was looking for a stock that I could buy at $10 that would jump to $100. And these stocks are unicorns. So this is where I thought, okay, should be easy to find them. And it was not. So this is when I decided, okay, I need to approach this a little bit more systematically. And this is when I discovered this book, actually, which I don't know. I can't see myself, Daniel. Is it possible to maybe to bring us side by side?
Sure. Go
There
ahead.
we go. It's a German book and it's called The Big Book of Indicators. And boy, is this a big book. So it explains every single indicator there is. So you see, good old times when we had charts that looked like this, not like we have today. I mean, this was really way back in the day. So I thought indicators would help me to get more accuracy in my trading. And here's the deal. Here's what happened. I actually started plotting more and more indicators on my charts until I couldn't see the price action anymore because there were so many indicators. So this is where pros and cons of indicators. If you plot enough indicators there, they tell you what you want to see. Half of the indicators were saying buy, the other half of the indicators were saying sell. And I got thoroughly confused. Now, again, I'm from IBM. That is my background. So I have a little bit of a computer background. And this is why I thought, ooh, late in the 90s, right? Why wouldn't it be a good idea to actually program a computer to trade for me? So the next book that I bought was The Big Book of Trading Systems, another big book talking about trading systems and how to program trading systems together with this excellent book from Thomas Stritzman of trading systems and money management. And so late in the 90s, I started programming trading systems, and I wanted to see if I can find a trading system that makes money for me while I sleep. Well, that's everybody's dream. It didn't work this way. And I lost some more money there. This is all before I moved to the US while I was still dabbling around it. So at some point, I heard somebody say, you know what, stop dabbling around with stocks, trade futures. And I thought, futures? What the heck is this? So this is when I got introduced to the fascinating world of futures trading, and I discovered this book by Joe Ross, which is called Day Trading. And again, this is in German. Quite a book again. Day Trading the Futures Market. So I read this book and I got fascinated with futures trading. And this is when I decided to move to the US to become a futures day trader. So this was now in 2002. I started looking at 6 different screens and I wanted to catch every small move that happened in the futures market. So I was the typical day trader that you can imagine, right? Coffee mug in one hand, Red Bull in the other hand, all of the screens up. And this is where I wanted to make a lot of money. Now, I must honestly say, I got some really good discipline with this because if you're watching multiple markets, and I was not watching 5 minute charts, I was not watching 1 minute charts, I was watching tick charts. So, in order to be able to trade on tick charts, you need to have discipline. You need to have a trading plan. And this is one of the things that programming trading systems has taught me. You need to know number one, what do you want to trade? These were my 6 markets. You need to know number two, when exactly do you enter? And you need to know number three, when do you exit? When do you exit for a profit? When do you exit for a loss? And then number four, that is the other big thing, money management. How much are you risking of your account on any given trade? So this is why I started developing trading plans for myself. And that's where I thought, okay, if I can just follow my plan, I will do well. Well, what do you know? It is actually true. Instead of just winging it and hoping that I find the stock that catches out, I had a very disciplined approach to trading. So I was trading the E-mini S&P, the E-mini Nasdaq, the E-mini Dow. I was trading crude oil, the euro currency, and I was also trading what was it, gold? Yes. So this is back in the days, and this worked actually really, really well. But then I realized as I got older, it's not a good idea to just stare at these 6 monitors. I didn't have the focus anymore. And that's when I discovered options. So I had this book from Lawrence Macmillan. You see, I'm a fan of really reading. So this is why I love your podcast and your show here talking about books. I love reading. All of the option trading strategies are explained in this book. So this is how I discovered options. And I thought this makes my life much easier because instead of focusing on charts tick by tick, I now could lean back, relax. And this is where my trading took to the next level or got to the next level. I just want to pause quickly here and see, Daniel, if you have any questions or comments.
Interesting books, Mr. Marcus. And many traders feel that more screen time equals more opportunity. Why is this dangerous fallacy, and how does tapping away actually improve decision making?
Yeah, I mean, that is an excellent question. And you see, this is how we are all programmed, right? I mean, if you do have a job and you want to advance, how do you do this? You work harder, right? I mean, typically in life, we are trained in school. If you want to get good grades, you need to study hard, you need to put in the hours. And we are always being told if you want to have success, you need to practice the piano, you have to practice the violin, you have to learn, you have to study, you have to work hard. And this is where we come with this mindset to trading. And here is what I realized. In order to make money in the markets, two conditions have to be true. Number one, you have to be ready. I was ready every day, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, with my Red Bull and my coffee in my hand. But number two, the markets need to be ready. So you need to patiently wait for the right setup. And the other thing that I realized is the larger the time frame, the more relaxed your trading becomes. Instead of just staring at screens all day, you can actually trade off hourly charts or, like I do these days, based off daily charts. And I'm just loving it this way. I don't even have to trade when the markets are open. I can actually look at my charts, I can look at my plans, and I find the opportunities even when the markets are closed, and then put in contingency orders, like, for example, limit orders, to buy or sell a stock or an option at exactly the price I want.
Mr. Marcus, what does risk management truly mean in the context of a stress free trading lifestyle? Is it more about precision, sizing, psychology, or trade setup itself?
Well, that is an excellent question. I mean, you kind of need both. You need a great trade setup that puts the probabilities in your favor. You see, as traders, we never know how a trade will turn out. We are trading probabilities. What is more likely? Will the stock continue to go up, or will it continue to go down, or will it move sideways? These are basically the three ways, right? So we never know, and this is why it is important with the management to make sure that we are not risking every single thing on one trade. See, this is where I always being asked, what is the best trading strategy? Daniel, the best trading strategy is the one that lets you sleep at night. And
Yes.
you sleep better at night when you have your money management and risk management under control. When your betting size is small enough that you can sleep while you're building the confidence. So I think, especially as a beginning trader, I made the mistake of betting too big. I was always, let's go all in, and then the market took it all from me and I was all out, right? So I think it is critical to start with a small size and work your way up. It's almost like learning how to drive a car. I mean, you're not immediately going into the Porsche and drive 140 miles an hour on the Autobahn, right? I mean, you start somewhere small on an empty parking lot and you go 5 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour. Then at some point, your dad might take you into a neighborhood. That's what I did with my kids, right? Where you can drive 30 miles an hour and you work up the skill. Eventually, these days, you and I probably drive down in a car 70, 80 miles an hour. We are having a snack. We don't have to focus and white knuckling it because we have been doing it a long time. And I do believe the same is true in trading.
Mr. Marcus, how do you help traders redefine their identity from someone who needs to be the right on every trade to consistent business owner whose edge plays out over time?
That is the first thing that you learn as a trader. Do you want to be always right or do you want to make money? In the markets, you cannot be always right. Every trading strategy has losses. So the sooner you come to grips with that, the easier trading will be. The point is that you keep your losses small and you have more winning trades than losing trades. But think about it. If you would just risk $100 on a trade, trying to make $150, doesn't sound like a whole lot, right? So a 1 to 1.5 risk reward ratio. Even if you're wrong half of the time, you would still make money. But if now you can put the odds in your favor that you increase your winning percentage to 55, 60, 65%, you will do really well. And one of the things that I've learned in my trading career, it is easier to make small profits than big profits. But here's the deal: if you can just stack up the small profits systematically, repeatedly, and consistently, your account will grow over time. Better than trying to chase the windfall profits, because then you might have one great trade and a bunch of losing trades.
Mr. Marcus, as an author, podcast host, speaker, stock option trader, as well as a founder and real investor, what are your short term and long term goals?
Well, my goal is to create passive income so that my money grows without me being actively involved. And since I do have now a decent sized portfolio, that is already true for the most part. However, I love trading. I love watching the markets every day. So at this point, I could retire and I choose to watch the markets. Keeps me young, keeps me busy, gives me something to do. Because I don't know if you have ever tried it, to just sitting on the beach and sipping pina coladas. That is fun for a week or two. But if you try to do this for the next 2 or 3 lives, that's not me. So this is why I still love watching the markets. I love playing the game. And this is what I think: trading is the game of games. This is where you're stepping into the arena with the brightest minds in the world. So you're competing with the brightest minds in the world. And for me, this is a fun game to play. And I'm playing to win it.
Pl- I like that, Mr. Marcus. Play it to win it. And thank you for that goals and looking forward for more success and good luck. And what would be your piece of advice for those people out there who want to be like you?
All right. First of all, I really think it is important that you find a trading strategy that suits you. So, this is why go out on YouTube, read books, learn about different trading strategies, and see if they resonate with you. If you read about a trading strategy, this is why I read these whole books with all of the trading strategies in there. Some of them didn't make sense to me. Others I say, oh, I like this. This makes sense. Once you have found something that makes sense to you, don't just blindly jump in. Try to make it your own. And how do you make it your own? You start trading it. At first, I would recommend trade it on a paper trading account. This way, you can just experiment with it and see what are the trades that are making you money versus the trades that are losing you money. Learn from it. I mean, no trading strategy is set in stone. We all get better if you learn from our mistakes, if we learn from our successes and our mistakes. That's why I believe it is super important to keep a trading log where you have logged every single trade with comments so that you can look back and say, this worked and this doesn't work. This way, you find a trading strategy for you. And then start small and grow big. Don't bet the farm right away, even if at this point you might have $100,000 to invest. Start with $10,000. Think about it this way: if you can't make money on a small account, why do you think you will make money on the big account, right? You just lose money faster. But then, as you get more confidence in your abilities to execute the strategy, that's when you can increase your position size and start becoming more aggressive. That's when, after a while, you might use some leverage, for example, margin, right? But don't do this in the beginning. In the beginning, I would say for the first year, trade with only your cash, not with borrowed money from your broker. So this is what I think how you can get started. And the important thing is to find a trading strategy that fits you, because there's no one size fits all. See, I have two kids. My son Julius, who is really talented when it comes to computer, AI, and math, and my daughter Vivian, who is super creative. I mean, she is an amazing author. She's an amazing artist, right? I mean, she's very compassionate. If I would first force her to go to MIT, I mean, she would have a miserable life. And on the other hand, if I would force my son Julius to study, I don't know, liberal arts or art history, he would be miserable. The same in trading. Find something that resonates with you, where you're naturally drawn to, and then dig deeper into it. Learn from your mistakes, learn from your successes, and you will get better.
In the define your passion, people. Find your passion, and for sure, you will be successful. Mr. Marcus, thank you for that advice. And can you please recommend only one books that truly empower you, your journey as a trader?
Okay, out of all of the books,
Yes.
I must say I'm a little bit biased. I'm recommending the book that I wrote. And here's why. This is
Yes,
where I
definitely.
am distilling all of the books into something where I say, this has worked for me. This is my journey. That's what I'm doing every day. So, this is why I call the book Build Your Financial Fortress, because I believe that's what you need to do. And you don't build a fortress within a day or a week, you build it over time, but you build it step by step. And once you build a fortress, it becomes it becomes powerful, majestic, impossible to destroy. But you start with the first brick, and you start with a vision of where you want to be. Where do you build it? And this is what I'm describing into this book: how to get step by step to passive income. I'm describing my journey. I'm showing you my mistakes. I'm showing you what I've learned, and I hope that this is something that helps you.
Definitely, our viewers or listeners will help them for sure. And Mr. Market, what is the single biggest habit you see that separates traders who are chronically stressed from those who are consistently profitable and at peace?
I believe it's having a plan and following the plan. The traders that are getting stressed are the ones that are getting up in the morning wondering what to do, where they react to the markets. The markets are storming on them and they're just trying to react. It is better to have a plan, to be prepared, and now let the market come to you. There are so many opportunities every day in the market. You don't need to chase opportunities. You don't need to panic. You don't need to react. Create a plan and follow the plan. That's what makes you a Lex trader. And for me, it is chasing small but consistent profits instead of windfall profits. But again, every trader is different.
Create a plan. Sounds like a plan, Mr. Marcus. Indeed. And how does designing a trading life without scenes fundamentally change a trader's relationship with money, time, and freedom?
How does a trader's life change it? Well, it's always easier to live a fulfilled life when you have money and don't need to worry about it. So they say money is the root of all evil. Well, I must say, money gives me more choices. Money gives me more options. That's why as I said earlier, that's why I'm playing this game. This is why I'm playing this game to win. I love this game. Yes, I love money. And I believe all of us as traders, that's what we accomplish because money provides you with choices, choices provide you with freedom. And that's what I love about it.
Mr. Marquez, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, I'm a book 101 review in fifth season too, comedy 101 in second season, I'm a food 101 in fifth season as well, geography 101 in fourth season, and my baby podcast law 101 and mental health 101. Love Letters in third season, and Movie 101 Review and Music 101 in fourth season, and Science 101 and Sex 101 in its first season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Mr. Marcus, finally, if its a goal is profitable consistency without the screen time, how does a trader know when they are done for the day and the week or even the month.
This is why I think it's very important to work with goals. I mean, same as in life, right? If you try to run a 5K, how do you know what you're done when you're crossing the goal line, right? And it is the same with trading. Set yourself weekly and monthly goals that are realistic and attainable. I mean, when you start trading, don't set the bar so high that you can't jump over it. At first, set goals that are super low, that are easy to achieve, and then keep raising the bar. I believe you need to know where eventually you want to end up. When are you at a point where you can say, I feel financially free? And then work your way backwards. You will not achieve this goal within a few months. You might not achieve it within a few years, but I do believe that it is possible to achieve within 5 to 8 years.
Mr. Marcus, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. So can you please invite our listeners to support your advocacy, your books, your podcasts, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
Well, I am also on YouTube. You find me there. I have this weird name, Markus Heitkoetter. This is why I called my company Rockwell Trading. Find it on YouTube. Find my website. This is where you find more information about what I do, especially on YouTube. I have tons of free education. Take a look at this, and I hope that this helps you on your journey.
Yes, people, let's support Mr. Marcus. Hate the color because if you support him for sure, more and more empowering episodes of the podcast, more and more empowering books to come, and for sure, more and more empowering business to come. So, Mr. Marcus, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me, Daniel. It was a pleasure.
More to come, people. See you soon.